Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So, welcome back to Star Pits as well. So, those of you who've watched the video from, what'll be a few videos back from you guys, will remember that I said that this is definitely a place I would return to. So, even though I didn't have much success, I did say I would return here. And you know what? We've got apparent sunny intervals today, but it's very cloudy. However, it must be a light cloud because that sun, which is just behind you guys, is trying to push through now, and it's definitely a lot brighter than it was when I was last down here. Now in today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to come back here in search of birds of prey. Now, again, those who watched that video will remember that I did say that there was a red kite down here, which I didn't grab any photos of. Then there was obviously the Kestrels, which the pictures weren't very good because they were just backed by a bright white sky. And then also I got a really shoddy picture of a Marsh Harrier as well. So kites, Marsh Harriers, Kestrels, that's what we're in search of today. Now the positive is I've literally been down here 10 minutes at most. I'm just walking along the path before I head down to that other bit where you're kind of more within the reeds. And I've already seen 2 red kites. No Kestrels yet, no Marsh Harriers. But we're going to be down here for a few hours. So hopefully we'll see some more birds of prey. It's just gone a bit quiet at the moment. The camera is already out, because I wanted to just grab a couple of those shots of the red kites. Unfortunately, where he was positioned meant he was quite silhouetted by the sun. I was also taking pictures of a dunnock as well, who was happily serenading me while I walked down the path. So yeah, let's have a wander further down this path. See if we can spot any Kestrels or anything, because I did see one from this position last time. In fact, literally right just behind me over this kind of grassy shrub area. And then hopefully when we go down into the reeds, we'll see the Marsh Harriers, get some better visibility. So let's crack on. Okay, so I've had a wander around and there's quite a lot of small birds about. But today we're down here for the birds of prey, and annoyingly I haven't seen the Kestrels yet. I know they're down here. Well, they were last time I was down here anyway. But 2 positives. Just a moment ago, I was stood up on this bank, so it was where I was originally before I went on my little bimble around. And I was just stood here as a Marsh Harrier started flying around. It was miles away in the distance. I did reel a couple of shots off as proof that they're down here. So the photos are terrible. The Marsh Harrier is totally out of focus. But I did just watch him skitting around sort of over near the tree line just above the reeds. So interesting fact. So I'm going to head over to the other area where I can get down more on the reeds in hope that I can actually find him. May try and have a little bimble around and see if I can actually get closer to the location that he was. Second interesting point, when you first come into the reserve, it's an odd place. You park up on a street on the opposite side of the road, cross the road, and it looks like there was an old road down here, and this leads off it. It could have been part of the gravel works, I don't know. Anyway, when you first come in, you cross a very small road bridge, and it's got a drainage ditch. Gentleman just stopped, he was walking his dog, and he was like, seen anything interesting? I was like, I'm looking for the Marsh Harriers at the moment. And he went, just seen a Kingfisher in that drainage ditch. So, today could get very interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and find the Marsh Harrier. It's about birds of prey today. So I'm going to head down the other way, see if I can see the Marsh Harrier. and actually get an half decent shot off of it, rather than the two terrible shots I've got, one from here, one from this time, one from last time. And then I might actually go see if I can see the Kingfisher. If it's playing around in the drainage ditch, I might be able to get a decent shot off of it. We shall see. So yeah, let's crack on. Okay, so I've come round to the other bit and I've got myself sort of hunkered down in the reeds. Just followed like a small deer path. And I'm being quiet because I've seen the Marsh Harrier again. No shots off this time. I was literally just got here as he kind of flew up out of the reeds and then dived straight back down. I didn't even have a chance to move the camera, let alone anything else. So it's definitely here. But being very elusive. So yeah, Star Pits is definitely a half decent place. I'd say last time I came down I saw the Kestrel and the red kite and the Marsh Harrier. Today, ducks. Today I've seen the Marsh Harrier twice and two red kites it was actually. I did see one when I first got here. There was one in that direction, one in that direction, both just circling around. Nothing shot-worthy this time so far. But the birds are definitely here. And I think there's quite a lot of small birds as well, to be fair. But other than that shot of the dunnock, I haven't got any pictures of those either. So, yeah, it's a slow day so far. And annoyingly, I don't have very long. And I want to check out that Kingfisher. Guess we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, so, no decent shots. However, I've just seen both the red kite again, circling around, and the Marsh Harrier. God, they don't half move. Just watching the acrobatics in the sky is phenomenal. That's the thing with the kites, they just soar around and they swirl and they swirl and they swirl, which is what I can see it doing now. Oh, there's two. Amazing. That kite's just getting a bit lower. Marsh Harrier again. Where are you? Where are you? I'm tracking him. Ah, he's gone behind the trees. See, that's the problem is he's in the distance. Got it. I mean, it's some way off and it's going to need a bit of cropping. That's beautifully sharp. What a gorgeous bird. Absolutely gorgeous. I was watching the kite as he was getting lower and lower and lower. Based on those wings, that looks like a Kestrel as well, but he's too far away. I was watching him getting lower and lower and lower, and he diverted my eyes to the Marsh Harrier. As I say, it's some way off. Unfortunately, he seems to be scouting over the far side of Star Pits. And I'm shooting at, that was at 600 mil, I reckon, with crop mode enabled, but I got it. got it. I don't think I've got a decent shot of the red kites today. But it doesn't matter. I've got the Marsh Harrier. Oh, that makes me so happy. So I'm going to sit here for a little bit longer now, through sheer FOMO. And then I'm going to go see if I can actually see that kingfisher in the dike. I'll pop the picture up I'll pop the picture. I'm too happy. I'm stumbling my words. I'll pop that picture up of the Marsh Harrier. So yeah, I say it's not gonna win any awards. I wish he would just come over here and scout. I'll tell you what, actually, just quickly, it's quite nice that they've got so much white on them that it makes it easy to identify, even against these sort of yellowy reeds. It's still very easy to identify. And there's a sort of mound up towards the road, which is very browny yellow at the moment, and he's still easy to identify against it. So you'll see from the image that I just took, yeah, happy days. I think the area the Marsh Harrier is in is just over there. You can see the mound probably in the background. You can probably see the cars and stuff going past on the A47 as well. But it's just where that mound goes up along the top of the reeds. That's where he keeps popping up. That's where I saw him last time. That's where I've seen him this time. Is that over there? Looks like a balloon or something. Don't release balloons, people. Terrible for wildlife. Right, I think we're done with the Marsh Harrier for today. Oh man, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Okay, gonna go see if I can find that kingfisher. Okay, so I'm at the area now where the gentleman said that he'd seen the kingfisher. It's very strange though, because there's no real perches for it. Sorry about the wind noise, by the way. There's no real perches for it. I mean, you've got those trees there, but the water is disgusting. It's got all scum and that in it. I can't see any even small fish or anything that the kingfisher would feast on. Oh, sorry, windy. Yeah, there are some finches flying around in those scrub trees, but they're not coming close enough so I can get a decent shot off of them. Yeah, I just find it strange if he's saying this is where he saw a kingfisher. But stranger things have happened. So I'm going to sit here for a bit in the hope that a kingfisher appears. Okay, so I think that's me done at Star Pits for today. I would actually call it a really successful trip out, more so for the bird sightings rather than the photography. Obviously saw the kites, but The problem is where they were in the sky meant that they were quite silhouetted, so they're probably too dark and the skies are blown out. Seeing the Marsh Harrier, but it was quite some distance away. The pictures looked sharpish on the back of the camera, so hopefully they've come out all right with a little bit of cropping. And did manage to see the Kestrel, but it was as I was packing up from being sat in the reeds. Didn't have time to get the camera up, he was just on a flyby. So, birds of prey, that's the 3 ticked off my list that I've seen, but photography wise, maybe not the best. So, yeah, Kingfisher, no luck there. I'll be honest with you, I sat in that location for a good sort of 10 minutes and I was just like, it just doesn't seem like the right spot to see kingfishers. I could be wrong, but it just didn't seem right. No, didn't see them, surprisingly, but they could be there. But the thing is, because it's a river, it could have flown along the river in search of some minnows or sticklebacks or something. And yeah, I just came for a walk down the old road and hoping that I would see some small birds. And as you can see from behind me, there's a lot of hedge cutting that's been going on down here since I last came down here. So I hope for a bit of better visibility, but no luck on that respect. Well, I can still hear quite a lot of small birds, just nothing shot worthy. So I'm almost back at the car now, so I'm going to sign out. As I say, successful day, so very happy Mike. Now obviously if you've liked the video, give us the old thumbs up, drop some subscribes from down the bottom, hit that notification bell, and yeah, why not check out one of my other videos. And all that's left for me to say then is this is Mike out. Take care and be safe everyone. Peace.